In the 18th century, there was a mental hospital in London. It's been there for a very long time. It started as a priory in I think the 12th or 13th century. Anyway, it's called Bedlam. And what happened was, in the 18th century, people used to go along and pay money. They would pay a penny, and they would look through the peepholes of the cells, and they would look at the lunatics, and they would laugh at them. And they thought that laughing at the lunatics was fun, and they were willing to pay a penny for it. And I think people look at that now and they think, gosh, people were heartless and cruel back then. And I don't think they were heartless and cruel. They didn't know that mental illness isn't that funny. So I'm looking at the Charlie Sheen thing unfold, and I'm thinking, oh man. You know, no, you see, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, oh, gee, you know, I freely admit, I've done jokes about this stuff on this show. I mean, you know, I'm a desperate man in a tight spot, and I have to do what I can to get through an hour of bad TV every night. But I'm watching it now, and I'm thinking, nope, stopping. It's starting to I'm feeling a little bit like I'm paying my penny and looking through the hole, and I'm not comfortable with it anymore. I'm not comfortable with it. So if you've joined us tonight to see a lot of Charlie Sheen jokes, I'm not going to be doing any because I'm very uncomfortable with it. I feel like it's now. And by the way, this should be a message to anybody. You know, when a late night host goes, actually, you know what? Ooh, that's not. Then you know that maybe it's time to do something about it or get some help or something. Anyway, it's not my business. What I'm saying is this: I'm not going to do it tonight. Plus, the Oscars sucked so bad last night that I feel it would be remiss of me to not say, you bastards, you took 3 hours of my life. 3 hours of my life for that. Crikey dingo. More will be revealed. Join us after the break.
The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, sponsored by Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
No, great. Everybody sit down and relax. I am also too pretend excited. I'm just happy the Oscars are over too. That's why everyone's excited. The Oscars are finally over. Oh, another 364 days of peace. Do you know what's awesome in show business? See, when you say anything bad about the Oscars, people go, oh, are you bitter? You go, no, I'm not bitter. I just like watching stuff on television. At least this show is crap for less money. That's right. Anyway, it's a great day for America, everybody. Although it's a tense day in Arkansas, in the great state of Arkansas, in the last 24 hours, a town in Arkansas has had 3 earthquakes. Geologists think the earthquakes were caused by a process of removing wastewater. It's called fracking. Now, I don't know how fracking works or who fracks or... or what a fracking tool looks like. But I like saying frack because I'll just bet it's driving the fracking CBS censors out of their fracking tiny minds. But you know what? I say frack those guys. All right, that's enough. Oscars really sucked, didn't they? God. I know I always say I don't give a rat's ass about the Oscars, but this year, there was something about that statuesque gold man that just pulled me in. I'm, of course, referring about Matthew McConaughey. He's very tan. You know when I was watching him last night at the Oscars, you know Matthew, I like Matthew McConaughey, I think he's cool. And I got a feel, you know he got dressed in the car on the way there. Because it's like, you can see there was still kind of like beads sneaking out and bits of sand on him and stuff like that. He was on the beach and his wife's like, come on, we gotta go and see Oscars. He's like, I feel you, baby, just one more wave. And you know this is supposed to be the young and hip Oscar show, and I couldn't believe how relaxed and slow it was, and everyone looked really old. Then I realised I was watching 60 Minutes. Andy Rooney was given an Oster picks. Oster picks, yeah, that's what he calls them. Osters. He was given his order. I think these talkies are a fad. Now, the Oscar hosts, of course, are getting a lot of flack today. Anne Hathaway and Smiley, James Franco. I don't think it's fair, though. I don't think it's their fault, right? Now, James Franco and Anne Hathaway, they're not comedians, they're actors. Blaming them for being, you know, bad is like blaming actors for a bad movie. Once they accept the job, it's not their fault after that. It's whoever hired them. They did everything last night a professional Hollywood actor should do. They hit their marks, they read their lines, they went backstage, adopted a couple of foreign kids. They did what they needed to do. What I'm saying is, if you thought the Oscars were boring, don't blame the host, blame the guy who hired them. You know, it's probably the same guy who thought, you know what would be a great idea? Let's bring out Billy Crystal for 3 minutes in the middle of the show. Because you bring out Billy Crystal in the middle of the Oscars, that's like bringing out Michael Jordan in the middle of a kid's basketball game. Like, come on, Michael, show the kids how it's done. That's how it's done. Now back to you, suckers. It would be like if they brought out a real host in the middle of this crap. I can do it, I'm not busy. Anyway, when Billy Crystal walked on stage last night, of course he got a standing ovation in my house. Not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. Were you saying I'm sexually attracted to Billy Crystal? Not that he is there. Look, that's not the point. All I'm saying is, he is adorable. No, the people that were in that auditorium, they weren't standing up because they loved City Slickers 2, The Legend of Curly's Gold. Even Billy knows that movie sucks. They were standing because they knew that he was a good host, and they were like, if we stand up, he might stay. And Billy should be good. He's done it 8 times. He's hosted the Oscars as many times as Larry King has been married. Although last night's ceremony was longer than some of Larry's marriages, I think. It's true, my marriages are short. I didn't even have time to put brisket in the oven. I mean actual brisket in the oven. I prefer it to sex. Look, what I'm saying is, Billy Crystal's had plenty of practice. And I'm just wondering why he didn't stick around last night as the host, you know, for the whole show. I mean, he was there. He had the evening free. Would it kill you to hang around and host the damn thing, Billy? But it's a tough gig, though. I could never do it. Too many people watch. I my pants.
Hot damn.
Thanks, buddy. Sorry. I'd frack my pants. Think we got a new cuss word, everybody. We finally figured a way out of this. Anyway, they say, though, if you're scared, it helps to picture the audience naked. I'm like, looking out here, I'm like, no, thank you. One or two of you, the rest, keep your pants on. And anyway, the Academy Awards, some of those, that's some of the most beautiful people in the world in that audience. I'm already picturing them naked right now. Ooh, Harvey Weinstein. Ooh, that's the kind of bear I'd like to trap. Grr. Now we get so wrapped up in who's hosting and who's wearing what, we forget what the Oscars are really about, and that's boosting DVD sales. Everyone says Oscar night is Hollywood's night to shine, which is ridiculous. Hollywood's night to shine is every other night when the stars can enjoy hookers and blow. If anything, the Oscars is Hollywood's night to suck, when the stars have to sit in uncomfortable chairs and act like they give a crap about people other than themselves. And the Oscar goes to all of you lying bastards. You know, people say to me, Craig, would you ever host the Oscars? I'm like, no way, unless they ask me. No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, even if they asked me, which they wouldn't. But if they did, I'd say no. I hope they don't ask, because I'd be tempted, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. No, you can't do it, man. What's the best you can do is what? Not suck as much as the guy last year, basically. Look, just let Billy Crystal do it. Like, Bob Hope was on. Bob's been dead. How long has Bob Hope been dead? Well, like 10 years or something? He's still better than anyone else. You know, when a low-budget hologram is better than anything else they got. You know who could do it? You could do it. Yeah, you could. That's exactly like James Franco last night. Could do it. You could. Yeah. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? You're not speaking tonight? Oh. Okay. I think we may be experiencing technical problems.
I'll spend the break touching myself.
Oh! And we're back.
In your pants.
In your pants. It is, in fact.
Balls.
No, wait, whoa.
Balls.
Save it. It's break time.
He's lying.
I'm not lying. It is break time. It is break time. I'm not lying.
Like two mice in a warm sock. Balls.
Ah, okay. We'll take a break. Shut up. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show, where tonight we're celebrating the 83rd Academy Awards and how awesome a show it was. Oh, wait. No, we're not. What? Who's that at the door? Hello, Chris Hardwick. How lovely to see you.
You can see my microphone wire. Sorry.
Hi, your microphone, is it working?
It is.
Can you hear Chris at home?
Is everything?
Wait, you're not at home. Is it working?
It is.
All right, then, good.
It is so
Ooh la la.
great to be here.
Hey! Hi, caramba. How are you? Ooh.
Great.
What's that coming to go? Hey.
What?
I don't know if that one gets by.
No.
No, it doesn't. No. Yeah, there's strange rules about this. What are you doing here? I'm trying to do the emails, for heaven's sake.
I came to do the things with you.
Wait, no,
what?
didn't you do the Doctor Who thing? Did you go to Gallifrey, to the Doctor Who convention, the one the kids all wanted to go to, but they had to go to the Oscars instead?
Yes, oh, the Oscars. I wasn't planning on watching the whole show, but then my hand got trapped under the remote, so I tried to saw it off. 127 hours.
Nobody saw that movie.
Gotcha. Yeah, I went to Gallifrey 1, which is a huge Doctor Who
Doctor
convention.
Who convention?
Yeah, right there.
That's the Doctor's space.
Yeah.
Wait, he travels through time and space. It's a Doctor Who thing. Did you make a film? Did you take Bridger? Did you do it all?
I took Bridger. Here's the thing. Bridger had never seen Doctor Who. I can only assume because he hates good times. So we took him, and I tried to expose him to the lifestyle of what Doctor Who was at Gallifrey 1 at the LA Airport Marriott a week and a half ago.
Well, let's see it then.
All right. Descend into Gallifrey 1. Are you ready?
I guess.
We're about to doctor your world, my friend. Up top. I love it. What do you think? Bridger, are you okay?
I just peed myself.
You ready to be indoctrinated into the world of the Doctor?
Yeah, I brought a pad of paper and pen to take notes.
Whatever, nerd. No, don't blink! That is a weeping angel. Don't ever blink. That's when they get you.
Weeping angel.
Would you lose the pad? Oh! Moving down. Don't worry, they'll regenerate. Is this weird for you?
Yeah.
Sorry to be the one to have to say this, but you are slowly being transformed into a weeping angel.
Yeah, I think I need a doctor, though.
What about a Craig Ferguson?
Craig Ferguson would make me feel better. I'd probably still die in the end. But, you know, I'd die laughing.
It would be a sweet death. The great thing about being at the airport Marriott is that you land your plane, you come in here, you got a hotel, there's tons of people, there's tons of parties. I mean, this is the place to hook up. I brought condoms.
Doctor Who is the whole multiverse thing. We could jump in the TARDIS.
Everything you're saying sounds terrific. In Empty Child, the thing that was most fascinating to me is that I never saw that ending coming.
Let's see. Milk, bread, toothpaste.
So if two doctors hook up, it's technically masturbation.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not weird. When I say run, run.
I thought Doctor Who was just one guy.
Yes, technically that's true, but when he dies, he can regenerate so that he doesn't die forever. So I am the 10th Doctor, and this is the 11th Doctor.
And who's this?
That is Larry King. Bridget, I found my 11th Doctor action figure. So to be the coolest kid in school. Oh, the tip's touched. Oh, it's weird. It's weird.
Do you think I could get in the TARDIS?
Again?
Just one more time.
You're not gonna do what you did the last time, because that was nasty.
No, I promise. I promise.
Okay, all right. You look great!
Doctor Who is the best thing ever.
Did you make friends?
Well, yeah.
It's bigger on the inside! Gallifrey 1, I'm Chris Hardwick. Back to you, Craig Ferguson. And that is Gallifrey 1 and Doctor Who.
That felt as long as the Oscars. We'll be right back. We could have stuff, man. It's just a thought. Anyway, my first guest tonight is an award-winning fashion designer. Ah, good. I'm very pleased that he's here. Please welcome the lovely Isaac Mizrahi, everybody. Isaac Mizrahi.
Craig, you scared me just a little backstage.
I scared you? Why?
You presented your nipples to me.
I did not present my
He
nipples to you.
came, you know, when you come off stage, you have a lot of energy.
I do?
And he went, hi, Isaac, hi. And you
No. I
nipples
went, hi,
in
good
my-
to see you.
in my
And
mouth,
you went like
practically.
that, and you helped yourself to my nipples.
all right. Sorry, maybe you're right.
What are you
Maybe
doing
you're
in town anyway, Mr. New York? The Oscars, I'm thinking, right?
Not really, no.
Really?
Oh, with the Oscar, did the Oscars happen? I forgot.
Still going on, I think.
I know. Actually, I kept waiting for commercials. I was like, oh, a commercial's coming? Can we
Yeah, you know, it was
fast
like-
forward
I
through
know,
this?
it's like this show.
But what am I doing in town?
What are you doing
just
in
sort
town?
of,
Have you got sparkles in your hair?
do I? No.
Yeah, your hair's very sparkly.
Maybe a few.
Yeah.
Maybe just a few. It's like,
You probably naturally just sparkle, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't use a product to smell like this. I actually just smell divine.
Wow.
Yeah, I wake up smelling
See,
divine.
that's how you're Isaac Mizrahi, right
but
there.
I'll tell you what, I got here on Friday, right? And since I got here, I feel like the fattest person in the world. Everybody here is so thin.
What are you talking about,
For
man?
instance, Chris. Did you see how skinny
Well,
Chris Hardwick is?
Chris is very thin.
And Bridger.
Bridger's very thin also.
Is like the tiniest little size 2 I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but look at me. I've got some beef going on here.
But
all right.
you know what? I thought I had to lose 100 pounds. Now I have to lose 150 pounds.
Oh,
okay?
yeah. No, don't fall into that LA thing.
What do you
that's
mean?
Just nutty.
It is LA, right? It's
Oh,
LA.
yes,
Like for
yeah.
Paris, I'm skinny or something.
Yeah,
or for London, I'm a thin bloke.
Ooh.
But
Suddenly we were in Mary Poppins, right?
Right.
A thin bloke.
A thin bloke.
No, I think that when in New York or in Paris or in other places, people dress fashionably, so weight is a little less of a problem because
Yeah.
you've got good clothes on. But here
Right.
in LA, people just wear spandex, and so the slightest bit of fat.
But there are people who dress in LA and they look kind of okay. Not last night.
No.
But
Oh,
not
was
at
it
the
bad
Oscars.
last night?
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
there really weren't. Were there any? I didn't see any good clothes there last night.
I liked the lovely.
Kate Blanchett. She looked beautiful.
well, she had that thing with
She
like
looked
you could
good.
see her vest underneath it.
No, it was a beautiful dress.
Oh, right, okay, it was a
Let me
beautiful dress.
educate you, Craig. It was a really good dress, the Kate Blanchett.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No, I liked the lovely girl that's on this show all the time.
Be pretty.
Regis?
Yeah, Regis. Yeah.
See, he's too skinny. I
Yeah,
think.
well, yeah, he's got a very LA look
All
going
these
on.
actors and news. I sat next to. And he's also gorgeous. He's really cute.
Who's that?
AJ Hammer, he does like news on CNN.
Anderson Cooper is the only gorgeous
Him
one.
too. He's thin too and gorgeous. They're all thin and
Wolf
gorgeous.
Blitzer?
I don't know. Well,
He's
yeah.
more of a bear.
Exactly.
Isn't he?
Exactly. You see what I
This
mean?
guy is like,
How
here's
do
some
you
new
know?
scar.
You're
Yeah.
so gay. I can't even believe it.
I'm telling you, I told you this. Apart from the sex with men, I am a gay man. I'm telling you.
You really are.
Yes. I'm interested in certain things, and then, you know, it gets to a point, and I go, well, actually, that part of it, not so much.
How old are you? Maybe I could set you. What did he say?
He said, I'm lying.
Oh, that's funny. Wait,
Yeah.
how old are you, Craig?
I'm
Ferguson?
48.
You're 48?
Yeah, I'll be 49.
We're exactly the same age.
Well, then, you pretty much know where you are by 48. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. I'm trying to think of like any other 48-year-old men I could set you up with. Because
You don't say I'm a married man to a woman.
Right, okay. We went over that again.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
No, I just had a baby, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
How was it? Did you bring it to term yourself?
Yeah.
Right, he carried the child?
No, I watched the actual thing.
What kind?
At that point, actually, when I watched the actual birth happening, I went, maybe I am gay.
Right, you see what I mean?
Maybe I am.
What kind did you have?
I had a boy.
You see, he thrusts his knee at you.
When would you like me to put my knee? Over here? Because if I sit like that, that's just rude.
Go on.
That's rude. I wouldn't do that.
Well, for someone who looks as much like Liza as you do.
I do look a bit like
You do
Liza
look like
Minnelli,
Liza,
that's
yes, you
true.
do.
Who do you look like, I'm trying to think?
Liza.
No, I think a young Ava Gardner. Oh, wait, I lied.
Oh, that wasn't nice. That was so mean.
Oh, no,
Because
it
he's
wasn't.
so mean.
No, that's a nice thing. Young Ava Gardner, she was gorgeous, Ava Gardner. When
But
she
you
was
were
young.
talking about the fact that, like, on Oscar night, it's not sour grapes. You feel you just want to see some good TV,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, I get the same thing in Los Angeles. It's not like I am the ugliest person in Los Angeles. Everyone here is so beautiful.
No,
Did you
I don't-
notice
I-
that?
no, I think you're- no,
Well, you know,
I
I
don't
was staying at a hotel, and, like, you know, Sofia Vergara, that girl from, oh, my God, she is so gorgeous,
She's
right?
Like, you'd probably think
you just
maybe
go
I'm
like-
straight when you see her, right?
Maybe, yes,
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I do think that thought. I think that thought, yes.
Well, yeah. Now, here's an interesting thing. Let me ask you
I
this.
stopped sparkling so much when I'm near her.
The sparkle begins to go.
Sparkle
Yeah, you
fades
start
a
to
little
think,
bit.
football
Yes,
and
right.
cheesy snacks.
Exactly.
That would be quite an interesting thing. I don't
Right.
think that can... I mean, I sometimes think that when I see the werewolf from the Twilight movies.
What do you think? That
My
you
hair
think he's
starts to
cute?
sparkle. I'm like,
it
uh-oh,
does.
uh-oh.
Right, you see? Wow.
Yeah, no,
wow.
no. Well, I don't know. Love all the people. That's what I say.
Well, I'll tell you what. You're no longer on my list because I know that you're not gay.
Right.
We know that's what the tabloids report, that you're not gay.
Tabloids don't report
So
anything
I've
about
replaced you with... It always takes me a really long time. I've replaced you with Ben Affleck. He is my new crush. Isn't that crazy? He's only, what, like been with us since the 80s or something.
I think also not gay.
I am suddenly mad about Ben Affleck. I don't know what it is. And also Javier Bardem. He's the other person.
Pretty sure
I
not
suddenly
gay as
fell in
well,
love with. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter,
But
darling.
this is interesting. You keep
What?
picking straight men. Do you think it's useful for you psychologically to pick a straight man so you can avoid commitment? You don't really have to get into a relationship because you know these people are impossible goals because their sexual preference would not permit them to actually get involved in a physical relationship with you. I think perhaps you're afraid, Isaac.
Wow. Is this what therapy is like in your home country? The therapist,
there's no therapy
like
in
you don't
Scotland.
say
Therapy in
anything.
Scotland goes,
Shut up! Shut up!
Ay caramba!
Shut up!
Ay caramba!
What
are you looking at?
Oh, God, right, exactly. Have another pint! Oh, sorry. Wow.
Do you think that's true, though? Maybe you're just a little afraid of commitment? And
No, I'm not afraid of commitment. I have a divine boyfriend.
Oh, you do?
Arnold.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, my God, Arnold. It's like, you remember Phyllis Diller and Fang? Fang? No, you see, this is going back way too long for this audience. Fang, yeah.
Was that...
Fang's mother is so fat. You don't remember, like, the Fang's mother jokes? Everybody's Googling at home, like, Fang, right? He was like Edgar. Okay, I'll go back one generation, like
Right.
Joan Rivers and Edgar.
Right. I get it.
Right,
The
so
pretend
Arnold
husband
is sort of
thing, right.
becoming like, you know, my version of Fang or Edgar.
Oh, I see.
Except I love Arnold. Like, I don't know if those ladies loved Fang and Edgar, but I love Arnold.
You're right.
And I'm committed to Arnold, right?
Right, that's
Yeah.
good. But you've got the celebrity crush on Ben Affleck.
Well, I did sit next to A.J. Hammer on, I'm just saying. It was like, you know, that
No, A.J. Hammer is the person who's not Wolf Blitzer and not...
not Anderson Cooper.
Right,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
what part of the news does he read? Weather?
He does like features, like so I think he does like
Oh, wait, I
interviews
know
of
who this
features.
is. Showbiz
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yeah, Showbiz Tonight.
Yes, I know
I'm
who that
sure
is,
he
yes.
probably interviewed you
He
when you were
has, yes.
famous
Yeah,
and
back
when you
in
were
the day,
hot.
yeah.
When you were hot. Back in the day when you first burst on
When
the
I
scene.
burst onto the scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he probably interviewed you.
He did?
Yes.
Yeah.
He went on to stardom. Okay. Just saying.
I know. It's
Right.
sad. Listen, we're out of time. Would you like
We
a
are
mouth
not.
organ or an awkward pause?
A mouth organ? Oh wait, that's what you call a harmonica, right?
Is it, Isaac?
Yes,
Is it?
darling. a mouth organ or an awkward pause. What would we fill the awkward pause with, you think?
Fill it with a mouth organ.
All right, go on. Do the mouth organ thing.
All right,
I'll
then
do
there
this.
Oh, no.
I'll keep
I've
time
never
for
tried
you.
that. Well,
Really?
I'll play the mouth organ and you dance.
No. I'll just like sort of keep time, like we were sort of sitting around a Cracker Barrel or something. Because I always think
it could be like a video for gypsies, tramps, and thieves by Cher.
I think I just broke the box.
You broke the
I'm
box.
sorry, I broke the box. I didn't mean-
Oh, you were so rough with the box, it broke.
Does that turn you on? He gets very turned on when you talk about being rough. Right, exactly. Is
right.
this for me?
Yeah, it's yours to keep.
Shut up. Wait,
You shut.
Shut up. Wait a second. Listen, that is gorgeous.
Yes, it is. That's your mouth organ for you to blow.
That's hard.
Isaac was right, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I know what you're thinking. Craig, is that the new iPhone 4? No. It's a book. What's that? Oh, you know, something us old folks like to sit down with. It's a book written by a very funny actor and comedian. He's at the Galaxy Theatre in Santa Ana, California on March the 11th. The book is called Zombie Spaceship Wasteland. And it's by Patton Oswalt, everybody. Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt, how are you, man?
You know, I realized I've been watching the show
Oh, yeah.
from the green room.
Yeah.
I'm on a show hosted by a Scotsman who's drinking from a snake. There's a horse randomly appears. There's a robot, and this makes 10 times more sense than the Oscars did last night. All of this right now, this coheres so perfectly right now.
You know, we were going to do a little comedy bit about the Oscars, and I just looked over there and I realised we never got to it. So do you mind just only take a second? Bradley, come out, just run across and run back. And then... There you go, buddy. All right, get out of here.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I just realized, I saw him there and I thought, oh man, he's sat and he got all that stuff on, and if he doesn't get out here, he doesn't get his $40. So
Hey, that was my prom in a nutshell. Long story. Long story.
I was following you on the Tweety during the Oscars. It was the only thing making me laugh was you doing you're crazy on the Twitter.
There was a bunch of us, Norm Macdonald, Doug Benson, Tim Heidecker. We all were, and you know, look, I'm not, yes, the Oscars were a bit of a train wreck.
Yeah, look.
And so I think a lot of us, we were tweeting as furiously as we were. I think the way that almost people in a war will just make jokes to try to liven the fact that there's just bullets flying overhead for no reason, and you're just trying to, hey, your shoes are funny.
You know, I've noticed sometimes during the monologue, a hymn will break out in the audience. They're trying to keep their spirits up. I'll be doing my best stuff and it's dying, and I'll hear Rock of Ages.
Don't you feel like in the next couple of months, therapists in Hollywood are going to use the Oscars as a therapy tool for like their patients? They can go, look, when you get into a crisis situation, you can either do a Franco or a Hathaway. Oh. You can either try to make it the best you possibly can, even if it means that there is literally like bright light shooting out of your pores and you're starting to shrink, or you can just totally shut down and become like a tiny Japanese man inside of a giant robot, just kind of piloting it where you're safe. So you either do the Franco or you do the Hathaway. Which one are you?
I don't know, Patton. I feel threatened by your analogy.
Oh, do you really?
Maybe. Tell me about the book. Is this are there zombies, spaceships, and a wasteland in this book? Is it an adventure book about zombies?
Well, you know what? There's well, God, that would have been such a better book. Why did you bring that up? Oh, God.
It's not about that.
It's a stupid memoir. What was I thinking?
Man.
If I'd put a zombie on a spaceship, basically, that title is my way of describing what it's like when you first start becoming creative and you're young and you don't know how the world works. So a lot of nerds, and Chris Hardwick will tell you this, their first sort of stories or imaginations about the world will either have to set it in a zombie apocalypse.
Right.
You got to destroy the world.
Yeah.
You set it on a spaceship. You leave planet Earth altogether.
Right.
Or you set it in a wasteland, everything's destroyed, and people just wandering around. Because young nerds, they don't know what it's like to pay a utility bill or be in love.
You're right,
but everyone knows how to shotgun a mutant. You know what I mean? So that's a universal thing.
Is that code for some kind of sex thing? Shotgun a mutant? Like, did you shotgun a mutant during the Oscars or something like that?
That actually sounds pretty good.
It sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Or no, doesn't that sound like industry agent slang? Like how did Franco do at the Oscars? Shotgun the mutant, man. He did Yeah. But Hathaway was a spaceship.
Yeah.
She spaceship the whole thing.
Do you ever think though I sometimes, because you know, you run into people in show business, and sometimes I've been rude about them, and I'm kind of embarrassed about that. Do you ever get a little?
No, because whenever, at least my point of view when I'm making fun of someone in showbiz is, I hope they understand that I'm coming from the point of view of, hey, we've all been in those situations.
Mine's is just bitterness and hatred.
Oh, really? Really? So you're sitting there watching the Oscars with mascara running.
Oh, yeah.
Why did they give it to Franco? Why? Because he's young and hot and I'm Scottish and craggy?
Hey. Too close to the truth,
okay, sorry about that. Did the mascara, was that a little too far?
I like to dress up for TV. I don't know why. Apart from this show, obviously.
Look, if I had been in that situation last night, I would have just laid face down on stage and started making high-pitched whooping sounds until they took me off. So I thought James and Ann did a pretty good job.
Did you have you ever hosted anything like that? Any kind of?
I've hosted the Visual Effects Society Awards. So I'm
Whoa,
literally
the big one.
I know, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, best use of a CGI spider in an alternative world short film, you know. So, and that's nerve-wracking. So, you know.
Did you ever see ice spiders on the Sci-Fi Channel?
What?
Ice spiders. It was awesome. It was about
I'm sorry, is this a prank that the writers made up? Like, ask Patton about ice spiders. Make it up, Frank. Is there a real movie called Ice Spiders?
There's not even any writers.
Oh, okay.
Little bit. A little bit. There's writers, but they don't get involved in this bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or very little else, actually.
So,
but
there is a movie called Ice Spiders.
there's ice spiders, yeah, and these spiders were going around ski resorts, jumping on people and killing them with their ice powers. And I mentioned it on the show, and they sent me one of the legs.
What?
Yeah.
They sent you got sent an ice spider leg.
An ice spider leg, and when I get 8, I've got the set.
So you are on the world's lamest scavenger hunt right now. Is basically what you're doing.
Listen, at a certain point, what happened was, and I think it was round about maybe just after my first son was born.
Okay.
I started to genuinely not give a rat's ass.
Oh, okay.
Up until that point, as a stand-up comedian, you're always like trying to pretend you don't give a rat's ass, but you kind of do. It's that zombie spaceship wasteland thing, right?
Yes.
But later on, as you get kind of older and you think, well, he's going to grow up and I'll die, so what the hell?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Do you get a bit like, because you're stand-up?
Well, you know what? I actually do. Oh, wow, when I was young, I was trying very hard to pretend, just like you said, I don't care. I'm dangerous. I'm edgy. But nothing makes you more dangerous and edgy than having a child and getting 3 hours sleep a night.
Right.
That is when you truly don't.
You're dealing with a man with nothing to lose.
I will go, I'm amazed I didn't come here on this show wearing sweatpants and flip-flops. That is how beyond caring I am right now.
That's
I just want 8 hours. You know what I value? A day when I can sleep until I wake up. That to me is
That's a pipe dream, man. That's a pipe dream.
That is a bottle of vodka on a raft in a swimming pool to me. That's my dream right now.
Yeah, you're taking me back now.
Sip from this.
There's a cup for you over there, but it's plain. It's not in any way snake-related.
I'll just drink from this cup.
Yeah. And I'll drink from my cup.
This will be me at my agents tomorrow. You guys get me a snake cup next time I'm on that show. That dude's upstaging me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll get you a snake cup. Do we have any snake cups lying around?
Hey, Sci-Fi Channel, Snake Cup. There's your next movie right there. What if cups turned into snakes?
Cups that turn into snakes and attack people?
It'd be terrifying.
I gotta make a call.
All right, yeah. Well, right. Snake cup. Oh my God.
They're not there. But. All right, we gotta go. Mouth organ or awkward pause?
Oh, could we do awkward pause?
Oh, okay, man.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and would like to attend a taping of The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, please call 323-570-0059 or visit oneiota.com.
What did we learn on the show tonight, Craig?
Why are there are so many songs about rainbows. And what's on the other side? Good night, everybody. Good night.